Headsmen soldiers return to prove a point in Ogun State. Remember a few days ago, we reported to you that some soldiers escorted headsmen to a part in Ogun to come and graze their cattle on their farmland. And when the villagers spoke up to say this is not right, they were thoroughly beaten. Yes, them and their monarch traditional chiefs that spoke up to say, gentlemen, what's going on? Why are they feeding on the people's crops? They beat them mercilessly to the extent that some of them were hospitalized. Now these soldiers have come back to prove a point. The leaders in the community wrote to the governor, who denied that he did not see the letter. They wrote to the army, they wrote to the federal government. The army has acknowledged that they've seen the letter, but the governor of the state said he did not see the letter. Some people that are in leadership, some do not have a business being a leader. They don't have the clue of what is even going on around them. Let's carry on and understand. These soldiers came back to warn the people and to threaten them. Let's get all the details. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if this is your first time. Thank you ever so much. Headsmen soldiers return to prove point in Ogun. Soldiers who flogged Ogun residents over headers returned to the community. Some soldiers on Friday invaded some communities in the Yewa North local government area of Ogun and forced the victim to retract torture allegation against them. Can you see? They came to threaten them that they should retract what they said they did to them. They should say it did not happen. Can you see intimidation? They should retract it. The soldiers whose identity could not be ascertained as at the time of this filing of the report stormed the village and assembled the residents on Friday evening, the Punch reports. The soldiers, numbering about 10, has reportedly escorted some headsmen to some villages in the Kokal land a few weeks ago and flogged the residents for refusing to allow the headsmen to graze their cattle on their farmland. 3 traditional rulers in the area wrote a petition against the soldiers and addressed it to the army, the government, and the police in the state. The army kept mute because their leader are B-boys. They are B-boys. This army you are seeing. That's what you see. Court activities is not good though. But in the south, those boys that are involved in court activities, they catch them, they do this and that to them, put them in prison, send them to jail to weaken the youth's arm of the south, okay, to destabilize them. I'm not saying what they are doing is right. So they should not join evil cults and commit atrocities, commit murder and what have you. However, in the south, in the north, criminals are pardoned, pampered, given 150,000, put in the army, put in the navy, better still sent abroad. Let's continue. 3 traditional rulers in the area wrote a petition against the soldiers and addressed it to the army and the government and the police in the state. The army kept mute, while the government and the police confirmed that they were aware of the incidents. On Friday, some soldiers were reported to have returned to one of the villages, Oberko, in Esilo land, and asked one of the victims to retract the allegation. The activities of the soldiers were secretly recorded by one of the villagers who gave the audio clip to our correspondent. The 3.59 minutes audio revealed that the soldiers had received the petition over the allegation that his officers from 35 Attorney Brigadier Alomali Abiokuta allegedly conveyed some headsmen to their village to eat up their farmland and flogged some of the members of the community for refusing to accept the headsmen to graze their cattle on their farmland. One of the soldiers who appeared to have been commissioned to investigate the allegation was heard asking the victim to make a video recording of the retraction. Can you imagine? The soldier was heard making Festus's efforts to force the victim simply identified as Session to retract his statement, but he insisted that he was flogged. The soldier was heard saying, "I want you to video him because your name is what is in the petition. Your name is what we have so far. You will record it now. He will call his name and say that nobody touched him. I have to write a report on the investigation. I want to speak with him. Then you being the ballet and the youth leader, if that is done, I think I am okay with that. You will say from you who claim that they were beaten mercilessly because you asked a question, so they spat on you. He will call his name and say nothing like that was done, and say all these are false. Nobody touched him, and wherever he says, nobody forced him to say. He said it out of free will in the presence of the ballet and the youth leader, of course, members of the community. Are you getting me now? Go ahead." The soldier, however, warned that failure of the victim to make the retraction might force the army to return to arrest him and refuse an emergency call from the community. He said, "Let me tell you what this thing means. You need to clear this air. If you don't clear it next time when they call, the army will not respond because you people have alleged and painted the name of the army in a bad light, and the army will not respond. When there is emergency in this place, nobody will come to your aid. You will suffer it alone. If they don't respond, you can't blame them. So you need to clear this air very importantly. If I were you, I would come out clear because your name is everywhere in the petition." They wrote that you were beaten mercilessly and look at it now. So clear the air off, or you will get it. It's better for you to clear the air now. So the person they asked to investigate the matter is even the one now spitting fire and brimstone and saying you must clear the air. Can you see that there is no truth in our community, in our country? Can you see that these people are bloodthirsty, evil set of people who have come to enforce wickedness in our land? Can you see that they don't care about the people? You went there, you flogged the people. Now you are asking them to retract their statement and say nothing like that happened. Thank God somebody else secretly recorded the audio of what was going on. This is what they do. This is what they do in Nigeria. Cover up. Look at what happened at NSAS. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.